Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, there is here a great sense of expectation. As to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. We're up and running then. Rice. He's well positioned here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
This guy, Declan Rice, is a player I really rate. With him, you get exactly what it says on the box. A workhorse defensive midfielder who likes to stay in the deeper part of midfield, knowing his primary job is to make sure he shuts down any build-up play in that area.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Well read, and the danger is averted. Subimendi. Odegaard. Trossard. Patience, the overwhelming virtue in this game so far. It's Saka. Subimendi. And here's Saka. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation. Great ball and he's in. Great chance! Goal! Arsenal! So, a breakthrough already. João Cancelo. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Rice.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Oh, that's well spotted. Bruno Fernandes. He's got away. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's Mendes. Mendes is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Saka. Saka has got himself a free kick. Rice. And it's Ødegaard. Zubimendi. And Gabriel. Arsenal already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. And it's Ødegaard. Good take, and is he in? Bruno Fernandes. Good chance here! It's hit the crossbar. He doesn't look too happy with that.
Zubimendi must have been hit by a flash of doubt then. He complicated what looked like an easy opportunity.
Bernardo Silva. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Zubimendi. And it's Ødegaard. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Nuno Mendes.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
It's a pretty loose pass. Ødegaard, the pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Rafael Leao takes aim and crosses. Saka has created one goal already.
Arsenal really should be happy to let this happen.
Could be danger here. He is through here. Ødegaard.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Shifted it to the flank. Ruben Dias. Nuno Mendes. Bernardo Silva.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Zubimendi. Gyökeres. And here's Saka. And it's Rice. And it's Zubimendi. Gyökeres!
Added time.
Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. That's the end of the first 45. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Arsenal coming in at half-time, leading by 1-0.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Well taken goal. Portugal are level. And that really is so impressive. It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing. Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Bruno Fernandes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Gabriel gets it clear. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
And it's Bruno Fernandes.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That has been cut short. Bruno Fernandes. That's a shade optimistic. Calafiori. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And here's Ødegaard, and here's Trossard. That's very neat. And here's Ødegaard.
The attendance for this match was 61,052.
Passes short and sharp.
Gyökeres really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. There he goes, motoring forward. Trossard.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Searching pass he's played there. Oh, shooting chance!
Substitution.
Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Rice. And a chance! Oh, it's hit the post! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Saka. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, that is one way to stop him. Now it's Ramos, and he's managed to get free. Tries a shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Goal! Portugal! And the comeback is complete. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Number 9.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant.
Time is running out here.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage.
And this is Ronaldo.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it. I thought it was...
Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here.
Haaland! Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Doku is onto this. Oh, that's
Haaland!
And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. That's really well manoeuvred. Trossard powering forward here. Well, that pass isn't the best. And that has left him in a heap. Good running, strong and purposeful. Looking for the run. And he's quick to get rid.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Cherki. Hangs in and a header! And it's been hooked away. Doku tries a cross. Calafiori can get it clear.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, this guy Saka, I've been praising since day one. Someone who has a great versatility in his game, the right attitude, very clever in how he operates around the pitch. And I think he has the potential to excel in most attacking positions. But when it comes down to it, I'd actually love to see him operate in a number 10 for a spell. I think he could thrive there.
I think the opposition defence agreed too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. And he's managed to get free. Guardiola with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Odegaard. And here's Trossard. He is through here. Trossard stood his ground strongly. And it's Zubimendi. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And a chance! Nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Cherki.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up.
A header! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Foden. And he's there to retrieve it. A lovely pass, but can he get there? Has a look and plays it forward. And here's Trossard. Made out to the left flank.
Trossard really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Gabriel. Saliba. Zubimendi. Gyökeres. Doku. Looking for a runner. No, he's just misjudged that one. Corner given. And we have our very first corner. Punched away. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Odegaard. Neither side giving way. It has been tight. Now it's Trossard. And it's Rice. Gyökeres. Very nicely done.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Cherki. Looking to play him in. No, that's been intercepted. Timber. Nicely shaped ball. Vardiol kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Vardiol. Cherki. And here's Haaland. Oh, good spread. Elects to cross. And that should get the job done. And reclaimed it in a trice. Foden touches it back. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Referee has just said play on. And it's half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So very little to report. Nothing indeed in terms of goals scored.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. Oh, he's been caught. Goes for a shot! What a wonderful goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
So we have the first goal.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Timber has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident. It's a really well-measured ball. That is great defending, so alert. Driving on and making good progress. And it's Rice. He'll try from distance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Now it's Trossard. Header! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
Saliba. Zubimendi. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Arsenal with a chance to get level. Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
Arsenal restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Gyökeres was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Foden. Cherki.
This is the time you need that pace.
It's a promising position. Knocks it into space. He's found space here.
Well played and well cleared.
And it's Rice. Gyökeres.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
That's very disappointing, it has to be said. Foden. Nicely spread. Now it's Nunez. He has found the way through. Trossard. Now Ødegaard. Now it's Saka. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Just eases him off the ball. Pinged towards the front line. Now that's surely a foul. Free kick.
Substitution in progress.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. That is ended up in no man's land. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Gyökeres. And he shoots! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Gyökeres certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Saka. Gyökeres.
Arsenal really can't be faulted for their...
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. Yellow or red? It is red. Arsenal are down to 10 men. Reinders. This is a promising build-up. That's a good ball out wide. This looks promising. Saliba with the clearance. Calafiori. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he has shown him a yellow card. And the shot! And there's a goal! And they've got their lead back. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And he's done it again. He's got his... Well, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And that's going to be a booking. So what can they conjure from this one? Not a bad try by any means. Yehi. Arsenal could be just about done here.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage.
Looking for options, for movement. Oh, he's played it in low. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Can he finish? That's a fair try, but just off target. Now that looks a decent ball. Reinders. Oh, good-looking ball.
5 minutes added time.
Manchester can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Played out wide. Decent chance! It's in! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
And he was quick to react. 5 minutes to add. And the referee brings it to a close. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are...